Hi travelers, and welcome back to my channel. On our last few days in Ireland, we were based in Dublin. However, since we've been to Dublin before, we took the opportunity to do a few day trips. And on our first day trip, we started out with visiting the Rock of Cashel. The view of the Rock of Cashel is absolutely amazing on the drive-in. This historic site dates back to over 1,000 years ago and is a popular location to visit on any road trip through Ireland, but for good reason. We started our tour at Cormac's Chapel. They only have a couple tours of the chapel a day in order to limit the amount of people entering the chapel. This is due to the preservation of the area, as it's one of Ireland's oldest examples of Romanesque architecture. Alright guys, welcome to the Rock of Cashel. Right now we are walking around it. It is quite windy, but it is so beautiful here and a lot bigger than I expected. Let me show you guys what I'm looking at and everything there is to see here. The most amazing thing about the Rock of Cashel is the sheer enormity of it. It's absolutely huge, especially when you step inside. It also has amazing history, and I really suggest visiting this on your trip to Ireland. Got finished with the Rock of Cashel and it was absolutely stunning, and I can certainly see why it's such a popular thing to see in Ireland. So I'm really glad that we made time to see it today on our trip to Kilkenny. It is only about an hour-ish from Kilkenny, so it's definitely doable if you're wanting to come this way. But it is so stunning in there. It's you just don't realize how big it is until you get inside and you see just how grandiose it is. So definitely a must-see if you're in Ireland. But now we are off to our next stop. Alright guys, we made it to our next stop. This is Jerpoint Abbey, which is a beautiful abbey from the 12th century. So very, very old, really beautiful site here. And I wanted to share a fun fact. So we were just told from one of the guides that the monks were allowed 8 pints of beer per day because the water was actually unsafe to drink here. So they were very, very happy monks, I'm very sure. So let's go ahead and go inside and see what it looks like. Visiting Jerpoint Abbey was definitely a highlight of our day. Not only did the tour guide teach us so much about the history of the Abbey, but we practically had the whole place to ourselves, which felt so cool. This big open space right here used to be the dormitory where all the monks slept, and they would get up every morning at 2 a.m. for prayer. Alright guys, that abbey was so much fun, so beautiful. The history is so cool. If you are close to Kilkenny, definitely make this a stop. It's only about 20-25 minutes outside of Kilkenny town, so you can easily make this stop. Trust me, it's worth it. We almost had the whole place to ourselves for 30 minutes. It is very beautiful, so put this on your list if you're in the area.
At the roundabout, take the first exit onto Clonmel Road towards Fethard.
Alright, we made it to Kilkenny. We just popped into a pub for some lunch, and now we're going to Kilkenny Castle. So I'm really excited to see it because this is one of the highlights here. So I'm just really excited. So let's go ahead and get in there and see what the castle looks like. Kilkenny Castle has a fascinating history, but something I found interesting were the ties to Anne Boleyn. Kilkenny Castle was the home to the Butler family for years. Lady Margaret Butler was the paternal grandmother to Anne Boleyn. Also, if you're into spooky history like I am, it is said that you can still see Lady Margaret roaming the grounds, as she is known to be the White Lady of Kilkenny Castle. However, this castle is definitely a must-see on your trip to Ireland. My favorite room was the picture gallery. The architecture and art displayed in this room is mesmerizing. We just got finished walking around the castle and it was super beautiful. Now we are outside in the gardens, just walking around. There's apparently like a burial site, so we're gonna go look at that. But yeah, it's such a beautiful day. We're really enjoying Kilkenny. After touring the castle, we walked around the lovely town of Kilkenny. Alright guys, we are done with Kilkenny and our day trip. We are heading back to Dublin. What was your favorite thing you saw today?
I think the Abbey was probably the...
Yeah, that was a really cool Abbey. I think the tour guide, the guide was like super knowledgeable.
I think the Rock of Cashel also, like it was really cool. It was more surprising, I guess, because it was much bigger like inside than you would think. But I still think the Abbey was probably the best part.
I like the Abbey because it felt like for the longest time we were the only people there, and I thought that was really cool. So, and
like she said, the lady that was there at the time, she was very knowledgeable too, so.
I feel like we learned the most there because of her. But it was a really good day. I think that it was a great day trip from Dublin. If you're basing yourself out of Dublin, you certainly have to get out of Dublin, and that would be a great option to see more of Ireland, to see some castles and just some beauty. But yeah, it was super fun, and I'm so glad that we went. But I am gonna go ahead and head out, and definitely make sure to stay tuned to my next video to see where we go. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, and happy travels!